Okay, now right now I'm going to show a series of 3 or 4 clips, and then after I show them, I'm going to explain the reason why I'm putting all these clips together.
YouTube, it's Facebook, it's a page. And he's also posting information that he thinks is personal ID material of mine, and he's doing so deliberately. Oh yeah, one recent video that he posted about me, because somebody told me about it. It's a video where I was talking with a young man who was interacting with the Angstreich call, and what I was telling him to do was to go in and goof on these people as a practical joke, right? So I said, go in and tell them that I changed your mind, you're now a presuppositionalist. It was a practical joke. And the guy is citing this as an example of how Darth Dawkins is lying.
Then he made, 5 days ago, he made a 3.
He's obsessed.
Yeah.
The guy's not wrapped too tight because he takes everything out of context, right?
Okay, so if you listen to that, he mentioned 3 different things. He mentioned that I was posting personal information about him. He also mentioned that I made some kind of a video which was a practical joke, and that I somehow misrepresented it as being something serious. And then the other thing he said was that I'm taking him out of context. So all of this is something that I would have covered on the PDF. So he claims to have not read the PDF. But if he did, he would have read what I had read earlier in the previous video. I actually quoted myself from the PDF explaining what I will do, or what I'm willing to do if I am doing any fraud. But since he claims he didn't read the PDF, I guess he's not going to know. Okay, now I'm going to play another clip that has to do with the same thing, him accusing me of fraud. I'm going to play that clip, and then I'm going to explain, give my answer to that. Here's the clip.
Well, the reason why I said that he's a fraud is because if he truly was motivated with good intentions to expose my quote-unquote lies or falsehood, when he had a golden opportunity on 2 occasions to come on the live stream. He was in the text chat in one live stream, and in the other live stream, he was on the microphone, and I showed up. He refused to expose me where I could respond. Okay? That's why I called him a fraud, Lady K.
Okay, now I'm going to explain why I think this is a fallacy, actually. The reason why his claim is a fallacy, one reason, is because, again, it refers to the PDF. I said in the PDF, quote, as far as the verbal comments you made to me yesterday in YouTube chat room, unquote. So I was referring to the day in March. That's the only day I was referring to. That was the incident where I was in the live stream, I was in the chat area in Jungle Jargon. So when I asked about what I did, or what I did that was fraudulent, that's the day I was talking about. So now Darth is turning around here and he's saying that the reason why he called me a fraud is for 2 different dates. That's a fallacy because I was only referring to the day in March. How can Darth accuse me of fraud in March for another day that has not even occurred yet, and it will not occur until approximately 2 months later? Chronologically, it makes no sense. Okay, now if Darth had been listening to me in Smoky Saints live stream, that was the second live stream. If Darth had been listening to me, I read the whole PDF in that incident. So if he had been listening, he would have heard me read that part about the fraud and that I was willing to delete or do whatever I could to change that situation. Okay, now the next clip that I'm going to play, this is from the night that I was in Smoky Saints live stream, and again, it relates to why he is accusing me of being a fraud. I'm going to play that clip right now.
Sounds a bit ridiculous. So what I'd like to know is, what in my position? How do you debunk my position in the transcendental argument for God? I'd like to hear that.
Okay, there. So the question there he was asking is, how do I debunk his transcendental argument? And, well, my answer to that is very simple. If you actually go to my website, my quiz, and my YouTube channel, I never, ever say anything about a transcendental argument. It's as simple as that. If you have the clip that I did, please send it to me.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If he's got the goods on me, he can say, look, you believe this, this, and this. You've said this, this, and this, okay, and I'm exposing you. But you see, then I could respond, right? But he didn't want to do that. That's why I called him a fraud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what's very interesting about this, it's kind of funny, because if you look at for example, my website, if you actually take account, which I did, I took account of how many times I said, or I wrote, Darth said, referring to Darth. I said that on my website 33 times. That does not include where I might say, like, Darth points out, or Darth also tells us, or Darth mentions. That doesn't even include that. It also does not include all the times that I'm quoting him. And then also on my quiz, if you count how many times that I say Darth says, that's on there 46 times. So why is he saying that he needs me to tell him about something like this when I've already clearly did that? That's already been done. It's been done for months. He's got a big green light and he's not going. Now, there's one thing about that last thing that he did mention. He talked about me saying what he believes. No, I'm not going to do that. Never do I anywhere on my website say what somebody believes. Now, also, he still, every time he gets with these people or different people, he always speaks about these so-called golden opportunities that I failed to take advantage of. Again, and I've already did videos on this more than once. I have already asked him to do a debate with me a year before he even asked me, or a year before the incident took place. So that's already been done a long time ago. And once again, this also refers back to the PDF, because on the PDF, I let him know that I already had sent him 2 emails. I even gave the date and time, March 4, 2019 at 6:47 p.m. and March 19, 2019 at 4:21 p.m. Those were the 2 emails that I sent him offering to do a debate to him.